What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing my NBA Eastern Conference predictions, as I did do my Western Conference predictions a few days ago. So I'm going to be doing the Eastern Conference in this video, and let's just get started. As of course, NBA season starts tonight. 2 games, good games we got coming. But as for the Eastern Conference, at the 15th spot, I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic. This is a team that they don't have Jonathan Isaac. Jalen Suggs is going to hopefully be a nice player to watch, but I don't see them, being a very good team. I think they're going to be dead last in the East. They have injuries. They lost their core pieces: Fournier, Vucevic, Gordon in the past year and a half. Actually, less than a year and a half. So I just can't see how the Magic are anywhere near contention. So I have them at 15. At 14, I have the Detroit Pistons. I think this is a good team that can. They have some pieces, young pieces. I think it's just too early for a team like Detroit to compete for a playoff spot. But I think in the future they're going to be a very good team in this league. At 13, I got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Similar situation for them. They have a good, 4 guys over there in Jared Allen, of course, Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, and their third overall pick, Evan Mobley. So they have a nice core group of players there. But, of course, at the end of the day, there's just a lot of better teams than them in the Eastern Conference. I could see them moving a little bit more up in the standings, but I have them at 13. At 12, I got the Charlotte Hornets. This is a team that, had the first overall pick a year ago. They got LaMelo Ball. They have some nice pieces there they could build around. I just still think that they're a year or two away from really contending. And then at 11, I have the Washington Wizards. This is a team that really is, I don't really know the direction of their team. Bradley Beal, we don't know what the situation there is. Maybe he gets traded in season. I just don't think Bradley Beal stays there long term if this is what their team is. I think he needs to be around another superstar. I think he knows that, and I think he wants to be. So it'll definitely be an interesting situation over there in Washington with the Wizards. So I see them as the 11 seed in that Eastern Conference. Coming in the 10th seed, this is the first play-in spot, I got the Indiana Pacers. Again, this is another team with Malcolm Brogdon, Domantas Sabonis, Miles Turner. That's a good big 3 right there. Those are 3 guys that you can really play hard around. Of course, they fired their head coach, Nate Bjorkgren, who is with my Toronto Raptors in their staff now this season. I think he's a great. I think he's going to continue to be a good assistant coach with the Raptors. As of course he was here once, so he knows the culture of the team and all that. But I think the Pacers are a good team. I think they're definitely going to contend, and they're going to be on the brink. But I feel like they're going to get into that play-in spot. At number 9, I got the New York Knicks. This is a team that I think it's going to take a little step back. Julius Randle was terrific last season, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to play at that level again. They added some great pieces: Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker. Those are definitely going to be beneficial pieces for their success. Hopefully, R.J. Barrett's able to, prove that he is one of the top players of his draft class, and he can be one of the better players in the league at some point. I definitely don't think the Knicks miss the play-in. I just don't see how they sneak into the top 6. I could see them be anywhere from 7 to 10. I think they land in that play-in spot. I'm going to go with them at 9. And then at 8, I got my Toronto Raptors. I'm going to have a season preview video on them hopefully tonight, so stay tuned for that video. I think the Raptors are going to have a good season. They're going to bounce back. They're coming home to play at Scotiabank Arena. I think that's going to be very, very big. I think they're going to be one of the tougher teams to beat in the Eastern Conference. They're just built so mentally and physically tough. They have some good pieces. They got Goran Dragic, a nice veteran guy who's going to help their leadership role. So I think the Raptors are going to be again, like the Knicks, a team that it would take a lot. Especially without Pascal to start the season, it'll be tough for them to get in the top 6, but I definitely see them between 7 and 10. At number 7, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers. This is just so tough. Ben Simmons, his situation, all up in the air. We don't know what the situation is there, but I'm going to assume he doesn't play for them all season, and I assume whether he gets traded or sits out, the Sixers play without him, as they are doing tomorrow night. And I think Philly finishes in the 7th spot. I think Philly is a team that they have a great player in Joel Embiid. We just got to see what they're going to do without Simmons. Coming in at number 6, starting off with starting the 6 guaranteed playoff teams. I got the Chicago Bulls. This is a team that made some very good additions in the offseason, adding Lonzo Ball, adding DeMar DeRozan. Mid-season last year at the trade deadline, adding Nikola Vucevic. They're very well coached with Billy Donovan. I really like him as a head coach. He's experienced. I think he's going to do well with these group of players, as well as, of course, Zach LaVine. He is a stud. He's a terrific player. And the Bulls have, players outside of those 4 guys. I mean, they have Patrick Williams, the guy they drafted 4th overall last year. They also added Alex Caruso. They have Kobe White. They have Derrick Jones Jr. They have some good pieces that I think makes for a very, very good basketball team. So I got Chicago at 6. At number 5, I got the Atlanta Hawks. Now, this is a team that I am just so high on coming into the year. A lot of people may say, you're flying too high, putting them in the top 5, but Trae Young is one of the best players in the league, and I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think he is just... I just think he's terrific. What he was able to do in the playoffs last year, was fantastic. So I really, really like the direction of the Hawks. And the East is it's so stacked. Wherever you want to look at it, they're stacked. But I just think with the players the Hawks have, I think they're going to be a top 5 team in the Eastern Conference. I got them at 5. And then at number 4, I got the Boston Celtics, led by Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. This is a good team. They lost Kemba Walker, but I feel like they still have what it takes. They add Al Horford back. Brad Stevens is gone, which that's the area of concern I have with this team, as well as the point guard. It's just I don't know how. Like, I didn't like Brad Stevens as a head coach. I just don't know. I don't even know how to say their new head coach's. I don't know how to say his name. I believe Udoka, that's how you say it. But, they're a team that they added Dennis Schroeder for the point guard spot, which is a big question. They do have Josh Richardson, who could play the shooting guard, maybe if you need him to play point guard. But I just don't know enough about their head coach, and that leaves me with a lot of questions. I feel like the 4 seed may be their ceiling. It's just so tough to say their coach. We don't know much about him. I didn't like Brad Stevens, but hopefully their new head coach is able to bring them back to where they were. We'll see how that fares. But I got Boston. Now we got the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference. At 3, I'm going to go with the Brooklyn Nets. I think Brooklyn's a good team. They're going to be playing without Kyrie. I don't see him coming back anytime soon. I still think they're going to be fine. But this is a team that has had injury issues over the years with Harden and Durant. My guess is that they miss some time at some point in the year. I hope not. But even if it's just resting them, these guys take games off. So I feel like the Nets are just a team that, they play all right in the regular season, and they just take their game to another level in the postseason. So I got the Nets at 3. I got the Miami Heat at 2. Their additions this offseason were top-notch. Incredible. Kyle Lowry, top world-class player. PJ Tucker's really, really tough. He's going to help their team. I don't know which Morris brother the Miami Heat added, but whichever one it is, they're tough. Those two brothers are tough. I believe it's Markieff they added. He is a tough guy. That's a big addition to their team. Of course, Eric Spoelstra, the coach. That guy is one of the best coaches in the league. without a doubt. They got Tyler Hero, who is going to be a terrific bench piece for them. Of course, Jimmy Butler, Victor Oladipo, Bam Adebayo, these Duncan Robinson. We can't forget about him. They have so many good players at off their bench in the starting rotation. Victor Oladipo might be coming off the bench for these guys. That's how deep they are. So they're a really good team. I got them at number 2, and then at number 1, I got the Milwaukee Bucks, the defending NBA champions. They have Giannis, they have Holiday, they have Middleton. This is a team that is one of the better teams in the league, and I think they might finish as the top team in the league. But I definitely think that it's going to be a terrific NBA season. I don't really got to get too in-depth on why I think the Bucks are going to be first in the league. I don't like their coach, though, Mike Budenholzer. Not a huge fan of him. I still think that Giannis is the best, one of the top 3 players in the league right now. So that's why I got Milwaukee at 1. But you guys let me know what you think about these predictions. Let me know what yours are. And stay tuned for my Raptors season preview video. Stay tuned for my NBA bracket video. I'm going to be predicting the NBA playoffs, what happens there. So many upcoming videos on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate everyone for watching. We'll see you guys all in the next video.